Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru, starting a new session on current affairs. This session is for the month of January, the last session for the month of January that you are going to watch. This session is going to be completely in English medium. If you're not comfortable with the language, you can switch to the session in Hindi medium. That is also there in the playlist. This session, which is actually in complete English medium, that is for our South Indian students, primarily for our students from Northeast India, those who are unable to understand Hindi well. That is why we actually record a separate session for our students from South India. I'll start the session, but before starting, if you like the session is important. You yourself can watch and judge. If you like the session, please do press the like button. I expect this much from you. Share the video with your friends and do subscribe to Vidya Guru's YouTube channel. Please press the bell icon which is there just beside the subscribe button. That's how you'll receive notifications of all the exam relevant videos which Vidya Guru uploads. I'll start from here on and you'll be super focused. You'll not be missing a single point because they are going to be there in your exam for sure. I am assuring you. Believe me, because I've spent ample time selecting these questions. I expect, at least full focus. Okay, I'll start with the first question now. Look at, your screen. The screen states, one day CM of Uttarakhand, Srishti Goswami. That's the name of the girl who was actually made the chief minister for one day. I know you guys will start associating this entire thing with a movie, but this actually happened. You may have heard about it too. It was pretty famous. It became famous actually. The question can be asked in various manners. They may ask you straight away what I've written, like one day CM of Uttarakhand, what was the name of the girl? You'll be mentioning it like Srishti Goswami. But the state, can also be asked, like Srishti Goswami became one day CM and she belongs to which state or which state we are referring to. So the state is Uttarakhand. The girl's name is Srishti Goswami. It was done actually for 24 January only. And the relation, as in why she was actually made one day CM only on 24 January. For 24 January, the reason was National Girl Child Day is celebrated on 24 January. National Girl Child Day is observed on 24th January. To actually celebrate that day, Uttarakhand did something new. Let's move ahead with the second question, which is Republic Day 2021 awards. Must be thinking what sort of awards they are and you have not heard about them. I'll be talking about them one by one. You have heard about them. They are Tableau Awards, as in the awards which are actually provided to best tableaus. Tableau, in Hindi we call them Jhanki, what we present at Republic Day. Best tableau was for the award for best tableau was given to the state Uttar Pradesh. And what they were depicting, what they were actually showing to the public there, Uttar Pradesh presented a tableau which had Ayodhya. Yeah, the theme was Ayodhya. So whenever I say Uttar Pradesh and if it is with, associated with Ayodhya, you can clearly relate that. Ayodhya, that was cultural heritage of Uttar Pradesh. That was the theme, of the tableau. When I move ahead and when I say the rank 1 was given to Uttar Pradesh, the rank 2nd was Tripura and the rank 3rd was Uttarakhand, the first one is super important. You cannot actually miss that. The first rank was Uttar Pradesh. And when I actually talk about best tableau in the category of like ministries and departments, they present their own tableau. States present their own tableau. So I am saying in the category of ministries and departments, best tableau was of Department of Biotechnology. So these are two categories in which they received the awards. Uttar Pradesh, in terms of state, and Department of Biotechnology in terms of being a best tableau, as in presenting best tableau in the case of ministry and department. I'll move ahead and I'll talk about Padma Vibhushan Award. See, I'll be talking about Padma Shri, but there were 102 recipients. I am saying these are Padma Vibhushan on your screen, but Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. If all will be discussed, I want to tell you if 102 recipients are there, we cannot learn the names of all. So important ones will be taught, will be discussed And from here on, I'll be, starting the names of the recipients who received Padma Vibhushan. And that is, the first person is Shinzo Abe. I'll start with Shinzo Abe because you've heard the name of Shinzo Abe from even me many times. I know that you've learned the name that Shinzo Abe is the former Prime Minister of Japan. He received Padma Vibhushan. SP Balasubramaniam. Their fields are equally important. When I mention SP Balasubramaniam received Padma Vibhushan, you need to be aware the field of the same person. SP Balasubramaniam is a singer. Dr. Bele Monappa Hegde. Bele Monappa Hegde. Doctor, as you know, the rank doctor is associated with him. He is associated with medicine. He received Padma Vibhushan too. Narendra Singh Kapani. He is associated with science and engineering. He even received Padma Vibhushan. Padma Vibhushan was given to Maulana Wahiduddin Khan. He is basically a spiritual leader. He received, Maulana Wahiduddin Khan also received Padma Vibhushan. He's a spiritual leader and the recipient of Padma Vibhushan from now. B.B. Lal, who's basically an archaeologist. He received Padma Vibhushan too. Sudarshan Sahu, sculptor, the ones who actually create sculptures. So, Sudarshan Sahu got Padma Vibhushan too. When we move ahead, we'll move ahead with Padma Bhushan. Padma Bhushan awards were given to Tarun Gogoi. Tarun Gogoi, I actually taught you about him as well. Tarun Gogoi and Keshubhai Patel, they were former CMs of Assam and Gujarat respectively. I taught you about them as in the previous videos. They died, some time back. So posthumously they received these awards, as in Padma Bhushan was given to them posthumously. That means after death. Tarun Gogoi, he was the former Chief Minister of Assam. He received Padma Bhushan. Sumitra Mahajan, former Lok Sabha Speaker, received Padma Bhushan. Keshubhai Patel posthumously received the award. Former CM of Gujarat, Keshubhai Patel. Patel, Gogoi, you'll be able to relate them with Assam and Gujarat very easily. I know that. Nripendra Mishra, he was actually, he was a civil servant. Formerly, he was in the service of Prime Minister only. He was the Principal Secretary to Prime Minister. He even received Padma Bhushan. Padma Bhushan was given to Ramvilas Paswan. He even died a few days back. I taught you about him as well. So Ramvilas Paswan was handling, some ministry. He was the union minister. So former union minister was handling consumer affairs, food and public distribution. That was the name of the ministry which he was handling. So I'm saying Ramvilas Paswan also received Padma Bhushan posthumously after death. Tarlochan Singh. Tarlochan Singh is basically former chairman of National Commission for Minorities. National Commission for Minorities. He was the former chairman of this minority committee basically. His name was Tarlochan Singh. K.S. Chitra was a singer and Carnatic musician. K.S. Chitra also received, singer and Carnatic musician. This person also received Padma Bhushan too. And when I move ahead, I'll talk about Padma Bhushan too. Then I'll be talking about Kalbe Sadiq. Kalbe Sadiq, basically a spiritual leader. Kalbe Sadiq is also a spiritual leader who received Padma Bhushan. Rajnikant Shroff, he was basically the founder of United Phosphorus Limited. So this founder, Rajnikant Shroff, also received Padma Bhushan. See, their fields are equally important. Don't forget them. If you can learn their names, I feel you can learn their fields also, because they are associated with them and they'll be there in your exam. If the name is there, they may ask you what field they are associated with. When I move ahead, the other one is Chandrasekhar Kambara. Chandrasekhar Kambara is basically a Kannada poet, and he writes plays also. So a playwright, a poet, received Padma Bhushan too. Now Padma Shri. As I was talking about Padma Shri at the start, when I started talking about Padma Vibhushan, I told you Padma Shri was given to 102 people. How can we learn, the names of these many? So the important ones are there on your screen. If you wish to add a few more, you can do that. I felt these are important. That is why I'm teaching you the relevant ones. Virendra Singh. Virendra Singh is basically a wrestler. He received Padma Shri, very famous one. Wins most of the times, he wins also. So Virendra Singh, he's a wrestler, received Padma Shri. Bombay Jayashree, she's a singer, Carnatic musician, even she received Padma Shri. P. Anita, associated with basketball, P. Anita received Padma Shri too. Moma Das, Moma Das, basically a tennis player, also received Padma Shri. And Madhavan, a table tennis player, and Padma Shri was given to Madhavan Nambiar also. Madhavan Nambiar, he was basically the coach of PT Usha. We all are aware of the name of this great lady PT Usha. So well-deserved coach Madhavan Nambiar also received Padma Shri. I'll move ahead with the next question from here on. Okay, I'll start talking about India Innovation Index 2020. When a year ends, we need to talk about such things like which state remained on top in a few categories. So we are doing the same thing here. India Innovation Index, first of all, it is published by our Niti Aayog. Okay. If it is published by Niti Aayog, states have to be there on top or maybe on the second rank or maybe on the third rank. I'll start with the first one. Number one rank in terms of being a major state. So number one rank, major states, Karnataka, India Innovation Index. Please read that heading carefully. India Innovation Index, number one rank, major states, Karnataka. Number two rank, major states, Maharashtra. Number three rank, major states, Tamil Nadu. They stood, these are actually the three names of those states which stood on top in India Innovation Index. Number one rank to northeast and hilly states, basically Himachal Pradesh. Number one rank in terms of union territory and city states was actually given to Delhi. And at the start, I told you it is published by Niti Aayog. Move ahead. It is an exercise conducted between India and France. The name of the exercise is important. The countries which are there, they are important. The venue can be asked too. So the three things are, the name of the exercise is Desert Night 21. The name of the exercise is Desert Night 21. The names of the nations, India and France. What sort of exercise? Between the air forces of two nations. And I told you, and the venue was Jodhpur. The venue was Jodhpur. Jodhpur, India and France. Desert 921 took place at in the skies of Jodhpur. Let's move ahead. Star Streak Air Defence System to be developed in India by Bharat Dynamics and Thales UK. Star Streak is basically a kind of air defense system of United Kingdom made by the firm, made by Thales Group. So Thales Group is behind Star Streak Air Defense System, because if you feel what is Star Streak Air Defense System, Star Streak Air Defense System is from United Kingdom and Thales Group develops it. So Thales Group and Bharat Dynamics, they teamed up, they signed an agreement. They'll be developing it, the same thing for India as well. And when I move ahead with the second question, you must be thinking that these three are related. No, they are not, because the lower point is different from the upper two. The lower point states that indigenous anti-airfield weapon. Indigenous anti-airfield weapon, read that carefully. Test fired from Hawkeye aircraft. The name of that anti-airfield weapon is SAW. SAW, S stands for smart. AAW is anti-airfield weapon. What is that? I'm going to explain that. Don't worry. I'm saying that indigenous, made by India, made in India. If HAL actually did that, HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, test fired SAW from the aircraft Hawkeye, and the place was Odisha coast. I'll repeat myself. I was saying that India made it, indigenous made. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, test fired it from Odisha coast from Hawkeye aircraft. What was test fired? SAW was test fired. What is SAW? SAW was smart anti-airfield weapon. Let's move ahead. I'll actually start talking about something which is related with SBI. SBI performs interbank money market transactions linked to SOFR. What is that? If you are a bank, I am a bank, we both are banks actually, and if the transactions are happening between us, they are interbank money market transactions. I was saying that I am a bank, you are a bank too, and if the transactions are happening between us, they are interbank money market transactions. They were happening on LIBOR earlier. Now they'll be happening on SOFR. SOFR will be backing it. As LIBOR will be outdated, LIBOR will be obsolete. That means they'll not be using LIBOR further. The transactions will happen on SOFR. That's what I'm trying to teach you. But when I have to explain it to you, I'll explain it like that. LIBOR is London Interbank Offered Rate. IB is interbank, OR is offered rate, and when I say L stands for London. So London Interbank Offered Rate, that's the full form of LIBOR which they were using, which they are using, which they'll be using till the end of 2021. What is LIBOR? LIBOR is the benchmark interest rate. Listen to it carefully. LIBOR is the benchmark interest rate at which major global banks lend to one another. I am saying that LIBOR is a rate, decided rate, set rate, interest rate basically. That interest rate, when a bank lends money to the other bank globally, they have that interest rate. That interest rate is LIBOR. So LIBOR, I told you, is London Interbank Offered Rate. SOFR will be replacing LIBOR. SOFR is Secured Overnight Financing Rate. Secured Overnight Financing Rate. The full form is super relevant, super important. Please keep that in your mind. That is going to be there in your exam. And I was telling you that by end of 2021, LIBOR will be replaced by SOFR. Let's move ahead. Havda Kalka Mail. Havda Kalka Mail renamed as Netaji Express. Havda Kalka Mail will be renamed as Netaji Express. Netaji Express and Gorewada International Zoo. Gorewada International Zoo will be renamed as Balasaheb Thackeray Gorewada International Zoological Park. The name is the same, only Balasaheb Thackeray will be added to its name. That's how it is going to be easier for you to keep that in your mind. And when I say Balasaheb Thackeray, you'll be able to associate easily with Maharashtra. So this zoological park is in Maharashtra, and Gorewada International Zoological Park will be renamed as Balasaheb Thackeray Gorewada International Zoological Park from now on. Let's move ahead. 23rd January declared as Parakram Divas, and if such a thing happens, you need to be aware of the reason behind it, and the reason is 23rd January is the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose. The birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose will be celebrated as Parakram Divas. 23rd January is the date for his birthday, for his birth anniversary. That's how you'll be able to retain it in your mind. National Road Safety Month 2021. That means I'm referring to this particular year only. It is celebrated. It will be celebrated. It is going on even presently, that from 18th January to 17th February. 18th January to 17th February. It is, going to be celebrated. National Road Safety Month. The month is, has to be there. So 18th January to 17th February. And the theme which was kept for this Road Safety Month was Sadak Suraksha Jeevan Raksha. Sadak Suraksha Jeevan Raksha. That was the theme kept for National Road Safety Month. When I move ahead, when you read the lowest point, the one which is there, at the bottom, read it carefully, and it is written January 25th is celebrated as National Voters Day. As I have less space, I need to give you more information. That is why I do that at times, that you'll be able to retain it easily. National Voters Day, one point, and the other point is also hidden in it. National Tourism Day. Don't actually, collide them. Don't actually consider them one. I'm saying National Voters Day is different, National Tourism Day is different, but both are celebrated on 25th January. There are 2 points, I've written them as one, but that does not mean that that is one. There are 2 points. 25th January, Voters Day, Tourism Day. Let's move ahead. Now, super relevant, super important question. Be careful and be very observant. Whatever I say is going to be important for you. RBI's list of domestic, D stands for domestic, SIB stands for systemically important banks. Domestic, systemically important banks, there are 3, HDFC, ICICI and SBI. When I say domestic, systemically important bank, what are they? The names are there in front of you, but what are they? Why we actually call them systemically important bank? Because they are too big to fail. Our economy cannot afford these banks to fail. Our economy cannot afford these banks to fail. Please understand that they are too big, they are huge. And what is their size? When they are actually given the title of domestic systemically important bank, their size should be minimum, their size should be 2% of India's GDP. They are that huge. Yes, entire India's GDP, that means 2% of the GDP. If that is the size of a bank, that bank will be kept in the category of domestic systemically important bank. Some criteria has to be there. They have to match that. Then only they'll be classified as domestic systemically important banks. So they are that. First of all, the criteria was 2% of the GDP minimum. And I've told you the names also. What is written in the middle? What is written in the middle? That is super significant. That is super relevant. If our economy cannot afford them to fail, they cannot fail at any cost. These 3 banks cannot fail. I was saying that means more burden will be there. What sort of burden? They have to maintain additional equity, additional common equity tier 1. They have to actually make additional equity available. What is that additional equity, additional capital, additional amount? That is, when a bank is there and they maintain, any bank I'm referring to, they maintain some X amount they maintain as common equity tier 1 capital. They have to maintain 0.2% extra from that any bank. I'm referring to ICICI and HDFC only. What is bucket 1 and bucket 3? I'm not explaining it right now. I am saying that ICICI and HDFC have to maintain additional 0.2% from any bank. That is why, because they are domestic systemically important bank. When I say SBI has to maintain 0.6% additional common equity tier 1. That extra thing has to be maintained by these 3 systemically important banks. Okay. When I talk about bucket 1, RBI has, made 5 buckets. Or when I write bucket 1 is for ICICI and HDFC, they are placed in bucket 1. SBI is placed in bucket 3. Don't consider them literal buckets. Buckets, when I say buckets, that means I'm saying RBI has made them, and according to their importance, systemic importance score, they are placed in buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 buckets have been made by RBI, and you cannot question that, why the second bucket is empty, why no bank is there in bucket 4 or bucket 5. Yes. Indirectly, I told you no bank is there in bucket 2, no bank is there in bucket 4, no bank is there in bucket 5, because they need to maintain, they need to match some criteria. If they are not matching, obviously that is why they are not there in any bucket. I am saying only SBI is there in bucket 3, only ICICI and HDFC are there in bucket 1. Let's move ahead. Khelo India Winter Games. The venue is Ladakh. When we are referring to winter, so we have to think from that angle. Winter, that means Ladakh. So winter has to be there at some place where these games are going to take place. So Khelo India Winter Games venue will be Ladakh. Zanskar Winter Sports and Youth Festival 2021. When I say Zanskar, Zanskar is the name of the place. It is associated with Upper Point only. It is not actually irrelevant or some new point. It is Zanskar is the place I am saying. Winter Sports and Youth Festival 2001 will be celebrated from 18th January to 30th January at Zanskar. That is why Zanskar Winter Sports and Youth Festival, related with the Upper Point Khelo India Winter Games only. I'm talking about the same thing here. Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports becomes important, here, and his name is Kiran Rijiju. I've taught you his name many times. Kiran Rijiju, who's handling Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Let's move ahead. India's first air taxi service. I know you all are super excited about it. So this is under the Udan scheme. India's first air taxi service. This is under Udan scheme, and it connects Chandigarh to Hisar. So Chandigarh to Hisar, this air taxi connects. When I move ahead, from India's first air taxi, I'll actually talk about India's newest airline. New things are happening. So the other new thing is Fly Big. Name of the newest airline India is going to have, that is Fly Big. And the first flight, inaugural flight of Fly Big was from Indore to Ahmedabad. Remember that name and the first flight also. Let's move ahead. India's first indigenous, that means India-made driverless metro car developed by BEML. When you travel by metro, because all of us have done that, or all of us, generally do that, you may find such a board which has, the name written in the metro coach only, and the name is BEML. BEML is that huge. We have read the name, but there are people who do not pay importance to that name. BEML is basically Bharat Earth Movers Limited. They are huge organization. They have their headquarters in Bengaluru. They are making India's first driverless metro car. Don't forget the name of the company. India's first labor movement museum is going to come up in Alappuzha, Kerala. Kerala's Alappuzha, that's the place, Alappuzha, where India's first labor movement museum, not labor movement is going to come up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying labor movement museum is going to come up. Museum is going to come up in Alappuzha, Kerala. Let's move ahead. Okay, there's one Prarambh. Prarambh is basically a startup India International Summit 2021. That's the name of that summit basically. In that summit, India is announcing, our Prime Minister is announcing the Startup India Seed Fund worth rupees 1000 crore. The government has announced that 1000 crore is the fund, that is the worth of that fund which PM has announced. They are expecting the participation from BIMSTEC also. So the participation, BIMSTEC is Bay of Bengal, I stands for initiative, M stands for multi-sectoral, MS stands for multi-sectoral, T stands for technical, and EC stands for economic cooperation. Whenever I say BIMSTEC, you have to be aware of the full form of BIMSTEC, because every time I'll be teaching you BIMSTEC for sure. What is BIMSTEC? Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation. Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation, that is BIMSTEC. Expecting participation in Prarambh. Startup India International Summit 2021 from BIMSTEC. I told you that only. Let's move ahead. Okay, vanadium. Vanadium is basically a chemical element, vanadium, as in the atomic number is 23, the symbol is V, that is vanadium. If you have not heard about vanadium, it is basically a silver grey transition metal. Vanadium. If you have not heard about it, there's nothing new, because it is rarely found in nature. Yes, it is rarely found in nature, and it was actually the deposits of vanadium found in Arunachal Pradesh. So something different has happened. Vanadium deposits found in Arunachal Pradesh. Keep that in your mind. Whatever I told you about vanadium, you have to write it down. Here, I'll be wrapping up. If you could not understand anything, you can watch the Hindi session. If you wish to understand whatever I've taught you, if you found it important, please press the like button. I'll wrap it up here. Thank you.